Hey everybody, it's Randy Wolfe with Palmetto United. Hope you're doing well today. And this video talks about the question we get asked a lot in this industry is how much can you make selling Medicare insurance? Now, Medicare insurance, keep in mind, is there's a variety of different types. There's Medicare Advantage and there's Medicare Supplement. And even with those two categories of Medicare, there are different types of ways that a street level agent can be compensated. So for example, with Medicare Advantage, some cases are considered true ups. In other words, they're new to Medicare and you get a higher amount of commission for that. Other cases are considered renewal type cases, which means basically they already have a Med Advantage, and say maybe during the AEP you move them to a different plan, or even during the SEP you move them. Those commission rates are lower than a true up. And then finally you have Medicare Supplement rates, where whatever the premium is as a street level agent, you get a percentage of that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to dive in. I'm going to show you some real world examples of this so that you can get a better understanding to answer that question. So first thing I'm going to do is share my screen and we'll jump right in. So there's a couple of assumptions that I've made, because obviously things can vary as far as what you're writing. If you're targeting people turning 65 and you're primarily writing Med Advantage, you're going to be writing a lot of true ups. If you're someone who targets, primarily low-income subsidy folks, and you're writing a lot of those, are going to be renewal cases. And then again, if you're targeting supplements, you're going to be looking more at supplement types of commissions. So what I've done is, the assumption is for this little exercise and this example is that you've written the business 33% with Medicare Advantage that are true ups, 33% Medicare Advantage which are renewal type non-true ups, and 33% Medicare supplements. And with that Medicare supplement, it also factors in that you're doing a blend of both turning 65 and over 65, okay? The other assumption is that you're gonna write between the months of January through September, an average of 6 apps per month. Now, let me first tell you this, writing 6 apps per month is extremely easy to do. It's not difficult. In fact, we have agents that do that on a weekly basis, okay? So these numbers are very, very attainable for someone, particularly someone doing it part-time. If you have another part-time job and you're gonna do this on the side or something, then these numbers are very attainable. So that's 6 apps a month, January through September, and it's also factoring in 50 apps during the annual enrollment period. Now, the AEP is when we do a lot of business, because even if you're not in the Medicare space, you probably see a lot of commercials on TV and things like that are talking about the AEP and Medicare enrollment period and all that. So a lot of consumers during that period of time are hyper-focused on that, and whether it be an advantage or a supplement, whatever, they're interested in changing. So that's assuming you do that. So if you did that, that's 104 cases total. And let me close my door because I have one sec. All right, sorry about that. So that's 104 cases total. Now we're going to factor in, let's say that 4 of those, ended up, they didn't end up going through or whatever. So for this exercise, we're going to say you wrote 100 cases each year, okay? That's what we're going to do. The other thing that we're also going to not factor in, which is a big component of this, is retention. Okay, so each year when you have renewals, some of those clients need to be changed to a different plan. Some of those clients, unfortunately, will move to another plan and you not be their agent. And also, very unfortunately, some of them, as being seniors, may pass away. And so the retention rate that you have, it will not be 100%. And this is not factoring in retention, but generally speaking, you should be able to retain, if you're doing a good job, you should be able to retain 90% of your clients over the course of the years. If you're doing good follow-ups and things like that, inevitably some of them you're going to lose for various reasons. It doesn't factor that in. So again, we could really get geek on the numbers here, but I'm just trying to show you an example to give you a good understanding. So those are the assumptions. So let's look at the very first year. So the first year, if you are writing 33% Medicare Advantage true ups, 33%, that's 33 cases, or technically 33.3 for this purpose, we'll say 33. In 2021, at the time I'm shooting this video, the Medicare Advantage true-up rate across the nation in most states is $539. Now, there are some states like California and some other places where it could be a little higher, but for the bulk of the country and the bulk of you watching this video, it's $539. So if you wrote 33 of those during the course of the year, your first year commission would be $17,787. Not bad. If you're writing another 33% or non-true-up cases at Med Advantage, then the annualized commission on that would be, that rate is $270. The annualized commission would be $8,910. Now, one of the things not to get too confusing here is with Medicare Advantage, when you're writing renewal type cases, commissions are prorated because you always start getting renewals in January. So there is proration involved, but for the purpose of keeping this simple, I'm not going to dive into that on this video, okay? So you have the 33 of them that are true ups, 17,787. 33 of them, or did I say 13? 33 true ups is that. 33 non-true up Med Advantage is 8,910. And finally, you have 33 Medicare supplements that is a blend of both turning 65, lower premium, and over 65, potentially higher premium. And we're assuming that commission rate being about $290 per case on average, which would bring you to $9,570. So, drum roll, what is the total income off of Medicare Advantage that year? $36,267. Now, for some of you watching, you may say, wow, that's awesome. You know, I'm making $30,000 right now. I would love to do that. That's great. For others who you may be saying that's not enough income for me for it to make sense. Keep watching as we get into the renewal side of things, but also keep in mind, whichever side of that argument you might be on, keep in mind that that's only 100 apps, okay? Again, we have folks doing way more than 100 apps, but I want to be conservative, okay? We have folks that are doing, we have multiple agents that are writing in the 200 plus range, okay? And some that write even more than that. But for the purpose of this video, I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it conservative. A part-time person could do this, okay? So 36,267, not bad. Now let's take a look at year two, what that actually ends up meaning. Year two, we see in the year one column, we have what we had last year. Now we go into year two. Obviously, the first three categories don't change. 17,787, 8,910, 9,570. So all of that stays the same because you're writing another 100 cases. But now you're getting renewals on the 100 cases the previous year, which based on renewals for Med Advantage, they're all at the renewal rate of 270. The renewal rate for Med Sup, that's 290, okay, because it's the same. So your renewals would be $27,390. So now year two income off of just writing 100 apps a year, very attainable, over the course of 2 years. Year two, you got $63,657. All right, let's check out year three. Year three, 100 apps, 33 of true ups, 33 renewal cases, 33 supplements. Those numbers are the same. But then when you get to the renewal side, now you have the renewals that you've built up over the last 2 years of writing the previous 200 cases. You do the math on that. It ends up being $54,780 in renewals, which brings you to a total of $91,047 for year three. Now, I'll stop right there because a lot of times people ask about six figures. This is just, again, writing part-time. This also doesn't factor in writing any drug plans. It doesn't factor in writing any final expense, any other type of product. So just doing this on a part-time basis, you can see how pretty quickly you could get to six figures. There are a lot of companies out there that'll tell you you can make six figures. You know, 6 months into the business, you're going to make six figures. They're liars. They're lying to you. The majority of agents are not going to do that kind of production. Period. They're lying to you, and it's unfortunate because there's so much false information out there that it's just ridiculous. Are there exceptions? Of course, there are exceptions. There are people that make $100,000 or more in their first year in the business. Absolutely no doubt about it. But is that the norm? Not typically. It's going to take, obviously, someone that's really dedicated, really putting in the work, really putting in the marketing, really getting after it. Is it doable? Yes. But here's an example that I show you here where someone literally could be doing it part-time and in 3 years be right there knocking on the door to 100,000. And if they're writing a few other products along the way, they can be at that point. All right. Now, finally, let's look at year 4. I just ran this out 4 years because, again, wanted to be able to show you just writing Medicare policies, how you can break the six-figure mark. So, again, year 4, same 100 apps written. We look at the renewals. Now renewals are at $82,170. So you're getting way up there with residual income, getting close to knocking on the door of 100,000 in renewal income. But when you factor in the 100 cases year 4 plus the residual income, it's $118,437. So when I get asked the question, can you make money writing Medicare business? Yes, you can make money doing that. Depending on what your objectives and goals are, these numbers obviously can vary. Can you go out and not make any money? Sure. If someone doesn't market, if they're not going out and working appointments and trying to get in front of people, yes, there are people that fail out of the business immediately. Are there people out there that are getting to these numbers a lot quicker? Yes, there are. Overall, the question becomes, what is it that you're looking to try to accomplish? What are your goals? What are your objectives? What is your commitment? How much time do you have to commit to your building your business? How much money do you have that you could set aside and contribute to your marketing? As I say in other videos, there's sweat equity and there's money when it comes to marketing. And then there's a combination of both, but you have to decide, am I going to go into it and put in a lot of sweat equity and not have to invest a lot of money into my business? If that's the case, it's going to take you maybe a little longer. If you have some money to generate and some leads via marketing, you can get there quicker. Are you full-time at it? Or are you part-time? When I started out, I actually was a teacher and a football and wrestling coach, and I did it on the side. And I've even talked in a video about how I was just trying to make my truck payment and then my mortgage and then my mortgage and my truck. And then I'm asking myself, what am I doing? I need to do insurance full-time. And so jumped in full-time. So however it makes sense to you, whatever it's full-time, part-time, whatever, at the end of the day, these are some numbers that you can think about. As I mentioned before, these numbers are not including writing other business. These numbers also don't include the retention, as I mentioned earlier. So you have to retain your business. They don't just automatically stay on the books forever. You have to retain them. You have to do good customer service. And inevitably, even when you do that, you will lose some along the way. That's just the nature of the business. But I hope this answers the question of, can you make money selling Medicare insurance? Because the answer is absolutely. Like anything else, a lot of it boils down into, or like any other sales, I should say, a lot of it boils down into what you're going to put into it. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, if you're interested in exploring the insurance business, particularly the senior market, writing Medicare or burial insurance, final expense, traditional life insurance, any of those things, if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out. I'd love to have a conversation. As I mentioned, I have a background in coaching. I love to coach people. I love to help people. And so if I can help in any way, feel free to reach out. Also, if you found value in this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, have a great rest of your day.